a commander of the Hungarian Guard buried in Vilnius on his own hill.
True citizens of Vilnius know where in the city centre there is a Bekes Hill. It is still called a hill despite being almost completely washed out by the Vilna River. The person to whom this hill has been named was one of the most famous foreigners to be associated with Old Vilnius. He was Gáspár Bekes. If you started to learn more about this gentleman, you'd probably initially be surprised by his impressive moustache and his particularly strange style of hat. Bekes was born into a noble family in Transylvania and could have even become leader of his native land. But after Stefan Batory was crowned ruler, Gáspár was forced to flee to Poland. Less than 1 year later, the two opponents would meet again, only this time in Krakow, when Stefan Batory laid claim to the throne of Poland-Lithuania. After he eventually was crowned king, the two enemies reconciled their differences. Soon thereafter, Bekes was granted his own personal coat of arms, a brick home in the city centre, and the title of Commander of the Hungarian Guard. Bekes's most prominent military achievement was during the Livonian War, in which Lithuania and Poland fought against the Principality of Moscow. At Polotsk, Bekes decided to inspire his troops by dismounting from his horse and leading his men in an assault on the city castle. The Vilnius chapter in Gáspár Bekes's life was a brief one, only 4 months long. He visited the city twice, just before his death, accompanying King Stefan Batory. It is said that the king himself ordered that Bekes be buried at the top of one of the hills next to the castle. Perhaps he believed that this particular hill, rising above the city, would come to serve as a monument to the brave warrior. A 20-metre-high octagonal tower was placed on his grave. It survived until the middle of the 19th century, but the legends associated with Bekes are alive to this day. According to one of them, while residing in Vilnius, every morning Bekes would ride up to the hill to show off to one particular lady. In the end, however, he fell from his horse and rolled down into the Vilna River. He actually died in Grodno from a cold. Even Lithuanian communists had their own legend about Gáspár Bekes. They claimed that the Hungarian officer was the first atheist. Of course, this was just another bit of communist nonsense, even though in his day, Bekes actually was seen as the truest of heretics because he denied the indisputable dogma of the Holy Trinity.